Guys, and welcome to what happened when I tried CrossFit. So I first want to go into some negative stigmas that I personally had about CrossFit and why it took me so long to start. So my first thing was anyone can do it. Me personally, I'm one of those people where I don't want to do something everybody can do. I want to do something that's challenging, something that's difficult. I want to do something that I know if I'm doing it, that means it's hard. So that was one of the first stigmas that I was blown away about how incorrect it is. The second one is, I'm like, you're going to get hurt. I don't want to do it. Let's be honest, with any type of athletic event, CrossFit, gymnastics, powerlifting, bodybuilding, there's a possibility of getting hurt. The best way to counteract that is to not jump into it full bore, to make sure you stretch, to listen to your coach, and do what they tell you to do. So part of my issue in training on my own is that I have a really bad habit of going full bore, balls to the wall, no matter what I'm doing, and then I get hurt. So part of my reason for getting a trainer when I did CrossFit is that I wanted to avoid this, and it really helped to have someone who could say, hey, you need to have a really strong base, you need to make sure you're stretching, you need to make sure you're doing these things and going in these steps so that when you get to that higher level, you're less likely to hurt yourself. Now, do I know this? Yes, I do. Do I follow it when I'm on my own? No, I do not. So this is why I had a trainer. The next one, I'm thinking it's the same as the games or vice versa. What my trainer explained to me is that CrossFit is very different depending on what your goals are and what you're trying to do. So if you're just someone who's trying to, go to the gym for a couple minutes a day or whatever, and you're just trying to improve your health, you're going to have a way different CrossFit experience than you will if you want to be at that elite level, if you want to compete, if you want to be someone who's badass, basically. So it's very different in that aspect. I did not realize that. Also, the stigma is that it's something that's fairly new. It's also something that I assumed was the case. But in all reality, what CrossFit does is it mashes together bodybuilding, HIIT training, powerlifting, gymnastics, and turns it into one general umbrella, CrossFit. That's what it is. So basically, when my experience, before I started CrossFit, I had several people ask me if I was a CrossFitter because of the way I train. And when I got into the CrossFit gym and I started getting my different workout routines, I realized why. So here's what happened when I started. I realized, number one, it's really not that easy. The first day that I did it, I felt like I was going to die. The second day, I felt like I was going to die. The third day, you get my point here. But basically, you get in what you get out of it, what you put into it, right? So if you're constantly busting your ass with everything that your trainer tells you to do, you're going to feel like you're dying every single time. This is how I feel. Number two, for me, for everything, this is true no matter what you're doing. Stretching is super important. This can be the determining factor of whether or not you get hurt doing something as simple as a lunge, a squat, pull-up. You need to be stretching. I make it a point to get there early to stretch. More often than not, I'm stretching before I leave as well. I will also do some stretching at home because I don't want to get hurt. I want to recover quickly. I want to feel better before I go back and get my ass kicked again. Number three, like I said, your rules. Your goals determine your workout. So my workout can be very different from her next client's workout because I want to shed more body fat. I want to be more athletic. I also want to be able to compete. The other person, theirs can be very different because maybe all they want to do is just be more active. Number four, I have increased my stamina, I'd say at least 2 to 3 times what it was before I started CrossFit. I started CrossFit after the quarantine, so for those 3 to 4 months prior, I really wasn't doing a whole lot, and when I started CrossFit, I had next to no stamina for running, no stamina for rowing. You get the point, no stamina for anything. But since then, I have busted my ass. I know for the rower, I was rowing probably low 900s as far as meters per hour, and I was literally, or meters per minute, I'm sorry. And I was just like, after a couple seconds, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I'm going from 900s down to like 600s. And I'm now upwards of 1,300, 1,200, somewhere in that range, only after a month. And I wasn't even doing rowing every day. So if that tells you how much you can get out of it with what you put into it, it's definitely something to look forward to and to really think about before deciding if you do or do not want to do it. So, in summary, don't knock it until you try it. I promise you, if you try it, you may love it, you may not, but ultimately you're going to have a better idea of what it's about instead of just assuming before you go. So, that's my experience. Thank you so much. Make sure you follow me. I am going to continue to document my transformation, my journey in this CrossFit life. I enjoy it, I love it, and I'm hoping to be able to do it for many, many years to come. If you would like to follow along with me and see how I transform and progress, feel free. I appreciate it, and thank you for watching.